What the fuck is poppin', everyone? It's your boy Apollo X Gaming 1 here. I'm actually in a pretty good fucking mood this week after Raw. It was pretty decent and solid. I'm here to give you my opinion on it and tell you what happened. So, first off, I thought Raw was pretty good. And, I mean, it always can be better. But, I mean, they did alright this week. So, we started off with Stephanie McMahon talking to Dean Ambrose, blah, blah, blah. She said, oh, you're going to be in a fatal five-way match in your Intercontinental title's gonna be on the line. Yeah, whatever. And then it was a fatal five-way match for the Intercontinental title. Pretty good match. It was Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, Tyler Breeze. It was a pretty solid match. Better than the way they usually start off Raw with Roman Reigns or some bullshit like that. Yeah, Kevin Owens is Intercontinental Champion again. And I really just can't seem to process through my mind why, excuse me, excuse me, I can't process through my mind why they still have Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler fighting each other. Why? They have nothing better to do with either of them. They've been fighting every single week, match after match, match after match, probably sick of facing each other, and now it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title at Fastlane. And what more can they do than what they've already done? Unless it's going to be some kind of special stipulation, then what's the point? I don't understand it. Here's one of my predictions, though. Dean Ambrose probably won't be getting the Intercontinental title back, maybe not for a while, because he's heading into Fastlane. They'll probably have bigger plans for Dean Ambrose, maybe, possibly. And Dean Ambrose did something tonight. I'll get on that later. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe, after Chris Jericho is done with AJ Styles, I'll talk about that in a few minutes too. You could have Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. It would be a good match, Or you could have the ladder match for the Intercontinental title like you did last year. But, I would rather see that. It's not that I don't want the match for the Intercontinental title like that. It's just I think the U.S. title deserves a bigger match like that. It would bring some insight to the title, and it would also be able to let people see the talent that people like Kalisto, maybe Sin Cara, Neville, people like that, just to name a few, the talent that they have. And it'll be a great way to showcase it. And what better place than the Showcase of Immortals in a ladder match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, the grand stage. I think that would be good. But anyway, yeah. Kevin Owens won the Intercontinental title. He's facing Dolph Ziggler at Fastlane. No one really cares. Then we move on to the New Day segment where they come out and talk about who God knows what. I wasn't really paying attention. And then Mark Henry came out, and then it was Mark Henry versus Big E. I don't even remember most of the match. It was pretty boring. Kind of sucked. I'm really not. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice a little bit. I'm really not trying to hate on Raw this week, but it's kind of just ending up that way. Like I said, Raw was decent, but there is still stuff to hate on. There always is. Yeah. So the Mark Henry Big E match was kind of meh, kind of boring. Then you get to the next segment, which was Brie Bella and coming out talking about Daniel Bryan, and then apparently she's facing Charlotte for the Divas title at Fastlane, and which is probably going to be Brie Bella's last match, maybe, possibly, because she's probably going to retire and go, move on with Daniel Bryan and start a family and that shit, whatever. And then Charlotte came out, and Charlotte was talking trash, and they started fighting, and Brie Bella started doing the yes kicks. That's how that went. And which brings a point to my mind. What the fuck happened to Sasha Banks? And Sasha Banks, I'm not a fan of the Divas division anymore, but there's still something things I want to talk about it. Okay, so at Royal Rumble, it was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, and the match was over, and Charlotte kept attacking Becky Lynch, and then Sasha Banks came out and attack Becky Lynch, and then she attacked Charlotte, which was setting it up to be Charlotte versus Sasha versus Becky, possibly. But then they just completely fucked Sasha over again. You know, everybody wants Sasha to have the Divas title, but every time they start building Sasha up, they just don't do anything with her. And it kind of pisses me off, but okay, so. And out of nowhere, they had this stupid storyline with Brie Bella, which messes with me because of all the times I've seen Brie Bella and Charlotte, Brie Bella's won one time, and Charlotte's won like 11 times. Ever since Charlotte came up, she's faced Brie Bella again and again and again. She always beats her. Brie Bella got a victory on her one time, and now, oh, well, that sets up for the pay-per-view. How the fuck is that a better setup than what Sasha Banks did at the Royal Rumble? I'm just saying, that's my opinion. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. Now, back on Raw here. Like I said, this probably isn't in order or anything, but we had the segment with the Dudley Boys, which I think they are doing a great job with the Dudley Boys. I don't give a fuck what you say. It is better than what they've been doing. The Dudley Boys are heels, and they're doing a pretty good job at it. Even though people were booing them, I don't care. You know, Bubba Ray is good at being a heel. You know, they probably saw the way he was in TNA as Wooly Ray. They're probably like, yeah, this guy could be a good heel, and Devon will go right along with them. We can make some storylines, and it's probably going to end up being a storyline between. This is what I want to see. I want to see this like a match between the Dudleys and the Usos. I don't know how many times I said it, and it could be a great match. Dudleys versus Usos. I've been wanting to see that ever since the Dudleys came back and the Usos came back. But I don't know. They might be doing something else with them. You never know. You know, the Dudleys came out talking about, oh, we're not using tables anymore, just like they did on SmackDown. And they don't care what the fans chant. They don't care what they think. And they're the baddest tag team and all this. And that was pretty much it for that. And then you had a Divas match, which was Paige versus Summer Rae. Once again, I didn't pay too much attention. You know, I gotta say, though, Paige was looking good. Shut the fuck up, phone. I know you're about to die. Just shut up before you start pissing me off. Yeah, I didn't really pay much attention to that match either. Like I said, I don't really like the Divas anymore. But moving on. Now, if there's one thing I gotta say, my God, I can't believe that I can actually say I enjoyed watching The Miz for once. Now, you're probably wondering, why? Ew, The Miz. How could you enjoy watching him? Well, Miz versus AJ Styles. I have to say that was the match of the card. That stole the show. Now, many people be like, oh, well, it was the Fatal 5-Way match. No, not for me. I enjoyed watching AJ Styles versus The Miz. It was a good match. The Miz looked really good. I'm going to be honest, I don't like The Miz, okay? I don't. But The Miz impressed me. He did very good against AJ Styles. And AJ Styles still didn't do the Styles Clash. He only did it like once or twice, which is kind of stupid. He won with the Calf Killer, not the Calf Crusher, WWE. Stop with all your PG bullshit. I'm getting tired of it. Oh, just because it says Calf Killer, kids are going to get scared. They ain't going to get fucking scared, you dumbass. Have some balls. Jesus Christ, dude. But anyway, AJ Styles versus The Miz was a really good match. I have to say it stole the show. Better than any of the matches on the card. Okay? And credit goes to AJ Styles. He was the whole reason The Miz probably looked good. But I do have to give it to The Miz. He did put on a good match. And now they're setting up AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho at Fastlane. This is going to be the third time and the last time that they'll probably face. And then AJ Styles, I don't know what he's going to do. And Chris Jericho's probably going to be involved with WrestleMania somehow. Like I said, possibly against Kevin Owens. If he's Intercontinental Champion by then, I don't know. But that was match of the show for me. And we're moving on with the match that no one gave a fuck about. Zack Ryder versus Heath Slater. Oh my God. This match sucked. And oh my God, the jobbers came out to play. You had 4 jobbers like Curtis Axel, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, and Heath Slater, and you had a jobber that goes by the name of Zack Ryder. 5 absolutely horrible characters. 5 people that no one gives a fuck about just to fill time. You had Zack Ryder go against Heath Slater. Oh my god, was this match bad. This match sucked. Okay, I don't even remember who won. That's how bad it was. Now, I understand they weren't doing anything with the social people in the social outcast, but this is just stupid. Okay, I can't keep ranting about this match. Something that made me happy about this Raw though was the R-Truth and Goldust segment. It was funny. I loved it. It kind of reminds me of the Goldust Booker T thing back in the day. You know, it's funny, and I hope they continue with it. Yeah, WWE showing this promo thing for Booker T. I thought they were like inducting him in the Hall of Fame again. I was like, you do know he's in the Hall of Fame already, but no, they're just for Black History Month. I was like, okay. And then you had Sasha, Naomi versus Becky Lynch. It was a pretty okay Divas match, I guess. And you know, at the end they started attacking Becky Lynch, and Sasha came out looking good. Wearing them tights. I seen you. I gotta get off track here, but yeah, Sasha came out. She didn't do anything. She just walked around the ring and then got in the ring. She's like, "Get in here," and they're like, "Ha, fuck you," and then they walked away. That was that. Moving on, you had well, actually, I did skip a segment. It was where Paul Heyman came out and you know, he's like, "Oh, Roman Reigns, come out. I want to talk to you face to face." And he was talking about, "Oh, well, Brock Lesnar stands in your way, and oh, Dean Ambrose is your enemy too. You got to pick between your friends and your family, and WrestleMania, the world title, blah 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 blah." And then you know the Dudley Boys randomly attack Roman Reigns, and then Dean Ambrose comes out and helps them. And the Dudley Boys, you know, get out of the ring, and then I thought this was going to be cool, but it didn't really end up that way. Is Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, you know, they did that fist bump thing they always do, and then Dean Ambrose kicked Roman Reigns in the gut and pretended and was acting like he was going for the dirty deeds. I was like, oh shit, Dean Ambrose is turning heel. But then he just, like, Roman Reigns got out of it, and Dean Ambrose started laughing. He's like, oh, I can hit you with that at any time, just remember. And then Roman Reigns started smiling. I mean, it was a good segment, I guess, even for a Roman Reigns segment, but I really thought Dean Ambrose was just going to full out just dirty deeds him and just have this, like, angry look on his face. But I don't know. Anyway, to the main event. A match that was alright, I guess. Well, actually, no, I skipped another match. See, I'm fucking up already. You had the League of Nations that no one gives a fuck about, going up against the Lucha Dragons and Neville that no one gives a fuck about. Who fucking cares about Bad News Barrett, Rusev, and Alberto Del Rio going up against Sin Cara, Kalisto, and Neville? 6 people they're absolutely doing nothing with when Kalisto is a well-renowned single superstar. He's the U.S. champion, and you're not doing a damn thing with him. He's facing Del Rio again. It's stupid, okay? That's why I said you need to have a ladder match for the U.S. title at WrestleMania 32. Sin Cara, Kalisto, Neville, Del Rio, and whoever the fuck else you can find that's good, that can show off their talent. Put them in that match. Guarantee it'll be a good match. You know, give them a chance to show themselves. But whatever, they're not going to do that. It's probably just going to be, if Kalisto's still champion by then, Kalisto versus some idiot. It's probably Kalisto versus Del Rio again. Or, you know, I'd like to see maybe Kalisto versus Sin Cara. You know, have Sin Cara have a heel turn. That'd be more interesting than what they're doing now. But anyway, to the main event. I got a minute left to talk about this because it only goes up to 15 minutes. Fuck you, YouTube. The main event, which was Braun Strowman versus The Big Show. Now, I said I did want to see this, but it didn't really end up that way. You know, 2 big titans going at each other. And, you know, and then the Wyatt family started attacking The Big Show. And then Ryback came out looking like Goldberg. He got attacked. And then Kane's fireworks hit. Kane came up through the ring. And, you know, they all 3 of them started attacking the Wyatt family. And then the Wyatt family headed for the hills, as some would say. And then it ended off with Kane, Ryback, and The Big Show standing in the ring. Overall, I think Raw was pretty good. I'm going to watch the Stone Cold podcast, which is on right now. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. This has been my Raw review for February 15, 2016. It was pretty good Raw. I give it a 7 out of 10.